Hello, my name's David Bruce. So what you're about to hear is the latest, unexpectedly continuing phase of an amazing collaboration that happened literally across time and space, across continents and centuries. Many of you will have seen the version of Bach's Prelude from the Third Partita that I posted a few weeks ago, where I added a bass line to a piece by J.S.Bach. I'd been studying the piece and I realised that one of the most interesting features to me was the way it played with a sense of a downbeat and a cross rhythm. And initially, just for pure fun, I messed around with it, adding quirkier and unexpected cross rhythms as a bass line, which to me were a way of kind of highlighting its rhythmic ambiguities. And Bach's piece seemed to be surprisingly conducive, receptive even, to my additions. And I don't think I'm alone in having this feeling. It turns out there have been quite a few versions, arrangements, overwrites of the original piece, including by Bach himself, who orchestrated it in 2 different symphonias. Schumann made a piano version, adding a bass line and some chords, and Rachmaninoff exploded it into a fully fledged romantic piano piece. But perhaps my favourite, which I only discovered thanks to a viewer on this channel, was Lukas Foss's in the last movement of his Baroque Variations, where the piece is comically interrupted, distorted, and, well, ruined. It almost sounds like the poor piece is being abused over the course of the 10 minutes. And at the end there's just some kind of glitching remnant left twitching on the floor. So I sent my version to my friend Sequoia, who's an amazing pianist who lives over in Portland, Oregon, and he recorded it fantastically, which is what I posted here a while back. And I assumed that that would be the end of the story. But shortly afterwards I got talking to the drummer Yogev Gabay, who helped me out researching the rhythms of Tigran Hamasyan, which was another video. And I got talking to Yogev about the partita and about the idea that had popped into my mind, and which a few of you had also suggested in the comments, to add a drum track to the piece. Yogev loved the idea, and again, purely for the fun of it, he spent some time getting to know Sequoia's performance and working out what he could add to it. And after a few days he said, would I mind if he added his friend Lior Ozeri on the bass? Sure, I said, why not? Yogev and Lior live in Tel Aviv, so after the initial piece in 18th century Germany, to my additions in 21st century England, to Sequoia's performance in the States, this was now the 4th location on this cross-continental, cross-centurial collaboration, and it's been completed without most of us having ever met in person. So they recorded the tracks separately and filmed themselves and sent the files over to me, where I dusted up my rather basic Ableton Live skills and attempted to mix it all together. Now, I did my best at this, but I'd love for somebody who really knows how to do this to have a go at it. I can provide the piano recording, the multi-part drum and bass audio, as well as a MIDI of the piano. I'm going to put links to it all below if you fancy having a play around with it, and you can send me anything you do make from it on Twitter or using the email in my channel's About page. And there's also a link below if you'd like to buy a score of my piano version. So for this finished piece, there really are 4 composers on the project, and I should stress that my only compositional involvement was to add that piano bass line. I don't think I made it clear enough in the original video that the right hand of the piano piece is entirely Bach's own. I didn't change a note. And in terms of the drums and the bass, it's entirely Yogev and Lior's work. All I suggested was that I imagined a quite tight, funky sound. So thanks again to Lior Ozeri, Yogev Gabay, Sequoia and Johann Sebes Bach. Links to all their channels are below, and do check out Johann on Spotify. He's got some really good stuff, some of which is quite popular.